Yo, yo, yo. Right now, I am making patterns. I thought I should go live since I haven't posted in a minute. I don't expect anybody to be on. Oh, I look good, boy. Oh, let me turn this like this, like these. I look good, boy. Yeah, but let me show y'all. Let me show y'all what I'm doing real quick. So I'm making jeans, right? And I know this might not look like jeans, but this little sneak peek is gonna have a little, you know what I'm saying, a little piece right here. So you feel me? Little sneak peek. It's supposed to be something like this, so that's what I am doing right now. It's a mess in here right now. I have some fabric. Oh, I can't show you. I can't show y'all too much. I can't show y'all too much of the, you know what I'm saying, of the Swiss ag. But yeah, I'm working on that. A good book. How I make these patterns. Um, is I have this book. It's like the pattern making Bible. I'm not sure if y'all can see this. Pattern making for fashion design, fifth edition. Helen Joseph Armstrong. Um, this is how I make all my patterns. So if you want to learn how to make pattern making, I don't know if I'll recommend this book right off top. It depends. If you're getting into pattern making, that means you're probably taking it seriously. So this book is like when I bought it, or I got it as a gift for my mother. Um, but it was like 100 and some change, like 130. It was either 130 or 180. It was one of those two, which I think it was just 130. But yeah, it's a textbook, and this is how I make all my patterns. Let me give y'all a little example. Let's see, let's see, let's see, let's see, let's see. It has everything in this book, yo. A lot of it, like, it's not going to teach you how to make. I'm not going to say it teaches you how to make everything, but it's like, um, how do I explain it? It's like the basics, like the setup, like the foundation of stuff. So it gives you the foundations of shirts. So you start with the foundation, and then you add on stuff to it as you see fit. Um, let's see. Here we go. So right here it'll say Jean Foundation. So you have all your measurements, and it has the. Let's see. I'm trying to do this with the camera and stuff. I think it's all the way back here. It has a page in it that has a list of all the measurements and stuff like that, of the sizes and all that. So it's basically you just follow the directions, and it's pretty self-explanatory. Um, I might do a course on it because you might get confused on some things. But yeah, it tells you everything. Like I know a lot of people they might not want to read all this stuff and all that. They would rather, you know what I'm saying, somebody teach it. So I'm thinking about doing a course on that. I think that might be dope. But yeah. And then just the process of designing and getting stuff together. I'm getting ready for my first fashion show, so I am super stressed, but ain't nothing to it but to do it. Uh, I don't know how many fashion shows I would do in the future, only because I don't really want. I don't even know how to explain. It's like when I first started, I wanted a clothing company. Now I don't really want a clothing company. I just want to design for people because a true artist they don't make nothing twice. So I take that sort of to the extreme. Like I know some people, the companies, they don't make stuff twice either, but they make one thing and then make a bunch of it and sell it. I don't really want to do that. And I'm big on like freedom and all that kind of stuff and being able to do what I want to do. So like YouTube is where I can potentially do that. So I know this is a little rant, but yeah, I just wanna design for people. I don't want to make anything twice. I want to work with people individually and make stuff for them that way. I don't want to just make a thing. So that's why I say I don't know if I would do too much fashion shows, because when I make stuff in a fashion show and somebody want to buy it, well, it better be in their size. You know what I'm saying? So that's harder for people to listen to, because once I make it in a fashion show, this stuff I'm making for fashion show, I'm not making this again for nobody. So I mean, if they want it, it better be in their size, and then we can go that way. But yeah, I'm not. Nah, big dog, I can't do it. Is this the middle or is this the front? I have no idea. So let's see. Yeah, I think this is the middle and this is the this is the middle. So I have to put seam allowances on both sides of that. But yeah, so like I was saying, as far as the process goes, what you do is get your measurement. Well, first you figure out which fabric you want to use. I know before you start designing. I know for me, I kind of skip that step sometimes, because it's like, I don't know, the fabric stores around me is not really that good. So it's like, if I want to design, I have to go to Move Fabric or Fabric.com and then order swatches and get it and all that kind of stuff. So it's like sometimes I design without knowing which fabric I'm going to use, but 9 times out of 10, I'm not keeping that. I'm not keeping none of that. So like for this fashion show, I designed a whole bunch of stuff with like fabric in mind, but not really knowing what I wanted or what I can actually get. So literally everything I designed before I went fabric shopping and really decided which fabric I wanted, I really didn't do none of that. None of the stuff I designed prior. I designed like a totally different thing from judging by the fabric I got. So I think I kept one thing. I kept one thing, one outfit. But other than that, you gotta figure out what fabric you want. Then after you figure out what fabric you want, then you start the design. Make sure you always order swatches before you order a bunch of fabric if you're ordering online. Joann's is good for like stuff. If you have a local Joann's by you, Joann's is good for getting discounts on stuff and like sewing notions and stuff like that. You can find some good fabrics at Joann's. Don't get me wrong, but most of the fabric that I got for this fashion show is from Mood Fabric and Fabric.com, which I've been wanting to find another place. Fabric.com is a cheaper alternative than Mood Fabric. Mood Fabric is like it's pretty expensive. Pretty expensive. They're based out in New York, but after you design, you gotta pattern make. So that requires you to figure out the sizes of your models, or if you're doing it for yourself, sizes of you. And then I use this book. And then I draft the pattern. And then after I draft the pattern, I sew it on muslin. Now, people might say, I know when I first started, I was like, oh my gosh, there's so much work and all that kind of stuff. It's gonna save you some money, because if you don't do that and you sew with the original fabric that you're gonna use without testing it first, it's not a very good idea. And plus, like, you don't have to do every single thing. You don't have to sew every single thing. you just have to sew like the silhouette. Like when I'm sewing jeans and making patterns from it, when I make a pattern of a pair of jeans, I don't sew the pockets when I do the muslin piece. I don't sew the pockets. I don't sew the like the zipper and all that kind of stuff. I don't sew all that extra stuff. I just sew the silhouette just to make sure it fits me right. Because all that other stuff that has nothing to do with the fit. It just has something to do with the style. So if I want to see how it looks on something, I won't sew it on. I'll probably just draw it on and see how it looks on it. So where are we at? After you sew the muslin and get everything fitted right. What is this? So like this book right here, it'll tell you like let's see if I can find it. It'll tell you like if you're trying on a pair of jeans, it'll tell you what to look for, and like say it doesn't fit right, it'll tell you how to adjust it and how to change it. Let's see if I can find a page. Oh, I want to find a page. Where's the page at? Oh, I can't see it. I don't see it, bro. Bro, where is it at, bro? Yeah, I can't find it, bro. But anyway, y'all get it. Like, it'll say if something's too tight around the crotch, it'll tell you how you'll fix that, or something too loose, it'll tell you how to fix it. So, where are we at now? After you get your fitting right, then you create the piece out of the fabric, and that's pretty much the whole fabric. I mean, the whole process. That might seem simple, but it's a pretty long process. Well, I think pattern making is the most strenuous or tedious thing to do. Like, it's like a gift. It's like a love-hate. Like, I love making patterns because it's like you're creating something from scratch, and that feeling is like, this shit, I'm cussing. This thing wouldn't be here. Like, this outfit wouldn't be here or nothing if I didn't, like, draft it. Like, I think that's freaking dope. Like, all this stuff, all these patterns I'm making, like, came from me. Like, I didn't, the only one I sourced out was Mimi G's pattern, and that was I'm not going to tell you what that is because y'all don't know what I'm making. But a Mimi G pattern, but that's something I'm altering. So it's not like it's 100%. You know what I'm saying? I'm using 100% there, and there's nothing wrong with that. People might say, "Oh, you're using patterns and stuff that's already made." Ain't nothing wrong with that because people in the industry do that, and they change it to how they what they design. But as long as the silhouette's there and all they gotta do is change it and the pattern fits right, then they do it. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's the easier alternative, to be honest. It's an easier alternative. If you can like find a pattern that's already made and just make it and then do it out of muslin and then fit it to your liking, ain't nothing wrong with that. Like, now I know why pattern makers make so much money. Pattern makers, I heard pattern makers make more than designers a lot of the times. Because it's like, this stuff is hard. Like, it's strenuous. And like, to be a very good pattern maker, you gotta be real good, yo. You gotta be. Yeah, the pattern making is tedious. Like, you gotta make the pattern, and then you gotta put seam allowances on it. Then you gotta sew it out of muslin, and after you sew it out of muslin, you gotta get the fitting right, And then if stuff is wrong, you gotta what's the name, the pattern, you gotta correct the pattern and correct it again. So yeah. But in the future I do want to get a what's the name? This is the leg, right? Yeah, this is the leg. I do want to get a what is it called? A dress form. Because a lot of people they draft their patterns off the dress form. And to me, that is probably the best way to it depends on what you're making, of course. But like a dress or something, or a bodice, or like something like that, you would want a dress form, bro. Like jeans or something, you could get away with like drafting it off paper. I know some people they don't even use dress forms. They just draft off paper. But I would like a dress form in the future. Because with that, you don't even need paper or anything. Like with drafting off the dress form, you don't need paper. All you would need is the muslin, and then you draft that on the muslin, and then that's your pattern, right? And then you sew that. Yes, sir. Yeah, but I was gonna make a video on this. I might cut this video short, but I was gonna make a video on this. But I thought, nah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little lazy. So I was like, why don't I just put it on live and just talk about it and doing it? Because I'm honestly running out of time. Yeah. Right now, I'm just putting seam allowances on this pattern. Yep, but I'm trying to think of any more things I can say that would be useful for people that are getting into this. As my first fashion show, it's really just things I can say is you gotta plan stuff out. Like me, I have to plan a little bit more than if you were just doing it, because I have to film stuff. So I have to film me making this stuff for YouTube. So it's like I have to plan out right, or I'm not gonna be able to film. Like if I didn't have to film, I would plan out when I'm gonna make each piece, but it would be like I could sew at night. I could sew at any time because I don't have to worry about lighting for filming. Which I'm probably gonna try to find a way that I could film at night. I'm gonna get better lights or something. So because right now it gets pretty dark super quick, and I be sleep all day. But yeah, just that's the last thing I would have to say if you're starting, if you're doing a fashion show, or just designing yourself or anything like that. You gotta plan it out. A lot of things, you know what I'm saying, you gotta just do. Like you just gotta just jump into it. Like stop thinking so much. That's what I gotta start doing more. But you gotta plan stuff out, yo. You got to, cause if you don't, it's not gonna be good. You gotta plan out each day. You gotta stick with it. You gotta plan out what you're gonna do this day, and you gotta stick with it. You can't mess up. Like yesterday, I messed up. I was supposed to finish all my patterns yesterday, but I didn't. Now I'm a little behind because I was supposed to film today, which luckily I'm filming this, but it wasn't what I was supposed to be originally filming. I was supposed to be actually making an outfit from one of my patterns. I was supposed to be filming that. But yeah, I'm freaking surprised. Not one person was on my freaking live today. Not a soul. But yeah, I'm out. It's been 20 minutes. That's a good talk. I wonder if I look this good on y'all screen. It might be this lighting, because I look good, bro. I ain't gonna flex. But alright, y'all. How do I get off this? Oh, I could do, oh! What is this? Top chat.